How do you go from a chore to building on a lifestyle? Like you said, the meal plans, the sleeping patterns. How do you get them to think lifestyle?
Two things.
Yeah.
Number one, we do everything slowly.
All right.
At the same time, I try not to waste their time and money. So I give them what is good,
Okay.
but we do it slowly because anything you do fast, you can lose fast.
Hey everybody, it's Amadeus, sitting here with Piers. And thanks for coming today, bro. I appreciate it. And the story is, I've been gymming here for about like almost a year now, and I see the gym just beasting every single day. So like, you're a personal trainer here, right?
Yeah.
When did you start becoming? When did you become a personal trainer? How long ago was that?
I became a personal trainer in September 2017, and then I started my job here in November 2017.
September, like what made you make that transition to become a PT?
Even before I went to university, I knew I wanted to be a personal trainer.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted to help people on the ground floor.
Yeah.
At the time I had ambitions of being a football player, but I kind of realized that wasn't going to work out.
Yeah.
But I kind of said to myself, even if I was to become, an athlete, I would still want to be helping people with nutrition, health and exercise, etc. So really for me, it came around to me about 5 years ago when I was in my second year of college, and something said to me, I want to help people. I want to give them what they need to know.
When you take on a client or a client comes to you, what's one of the main things that you want to, teach your client?
I want to teach them the most realistic things.
Okay.
I want to let them know that first of all, this journey is going to take a while to number one, reach your goal.
Yeah.
But also I want to transition them into a lifestyle. So I have so many clients. The problem with clients is it's deadlines. They've always got a deadline in mind, summer, winter, wedding day.
Yeah.
But with those deadlines, it doesn't bring a lifestyle. It brings, it brings chores. It's a chore to get up and go and do your cardio and to eat well. Whereas if you make it into a lifestyle, the rest will take itself. You see what I'm saying? So the one thing I always try implementing them is let's change your lifestyle slowly, and let's slowly integrate these things into your diet, into your exercise routine, into your sleeping pattern, and that way they're most likely to achieve their goal and sustain their goal.
All right, so you said a lot of people, they come in, they have this, I want the summer body, I want like this, I want six-pack abs, and so you say that hinders people because it's a chore. So how do you turn that, how do you go from a chore to building on a lifestyle? Like you said, the meal plans, the sleeping patterns, how do you get them to think lifestyle?
Two things.
Yeah.
Number one, we do everything slowly.
All right.
At the same time, I try not to waste their time and money. So I give them what is good, but we do it slowly because anything you do fast, you can lose fast. Anything you do slow, you can lose slow. Do you see what I'm saying? So what we have to do is transition them slowly, but also it's who I am as a person. My personality, I'm really good at engaging people, talking to them, getting them to listen to me. I have all my clients' numbers, so we're talking all the time. I'm like, any questions, I don't care what time of night it is, message me, I might be up. Ask me, because I've studied this and I want to give you this help. Do you see what I'm saying? So for me, it's two things. It's doing things slowly, but one reason also is just who I am as a person. If you're going to do this job, you need to be that person who's willing to help people and go above and beyond.
So you said doing things slowly. Okay, what is doing things? Give me an example of going to the gym and doing quick things versus doing the slow
Okay, so you get a client who joins the gym.
Yeah.
You give them a tour.
Yeah.
You talk about you're a personal trainer. They say, I want to sign up to some sessions.
Okay.
But you know from their background that they've not been to the gym in the last 6 months.
Yeah.
So am I then going to say to them, oh, come to the gym 5 times a week, see me twice a week? No, it's not going to work. So I say to them, okay, for the first month, you're going to see me twice a week. Okay?
Okay.
That will be enough for most beginners or most people who've been out of the gym. Then I say, right, you're going to see me twice a week for the next month, and you're going to do my class on either a Wednesday, Friday, or Saturday. Now they come in gym 3 times a week, and they're getting a good workout. They're getting 2 sessions from me and a class. Then in the 3rd month, I say, right, now it's time to up it to 5. Now you're seeing me twice a week, and you're coming to all 3 of my classes if you can. You see what I'm saying?
So it's a steady progression.
Yeah.
So you're not coming in and saying, because here's what I see, and maybe you may see this as well. It's like, because like I said, we've been gymming for a long time now, and you see a lot of people, their goal is to just come to the gym. All right, I need to go to the gym. I need to go to the gym, and their whole goal is to go to the gym. And they come here, and they don't know what to do because they reached their goal. Right? So for someone, I don't know why I just said that, to be honest, but that was a good point. But let's just say for someone who's a little bit more seasoned, they've been in the gym for a while, and they're at a point where they're maintaining their body. They're working out 5, 6. That's me, right? This is a selfish question now.
Okay.
I'm going 5, 6 days a week. I'm just maintaining though. Maybe a little bit of progression here, slacking. Why am I maintaining? Why? Yeah.
I got you. So I'm at the same stage, okay? So for those watching, I've been doing this for 6 years now. Like proper. I've always been in the gym for a good 9 years, but I've been doing this proper for 6 years. And I've hit that point. The growth is so slow. You grow to your maximum potential and you adapt to your maximum potential in your first 3 years of training. After that, it gets difficult. The rate slows right down. If we're talking in terms of bodybuilding, what I do now is I just pick a rep range and I'm going to failure. So on my first set, I want to do a weight for 20 reps, but sometimes I find myself doing 32 reps because I'm going to a failure. So now we're at a point where there's no time to waste any reps. We need to actually go to failure on every set now because our body is so adaptive. Remember, the body is so clever, okay? Every time you go to the gym, when you recover and you go to sleep, if you get 8 hours on a good sufficient protein, carbohydrates, fats, your body is now repairing so the next time you go gym, it can tackle what you've asked it to do. So if you've been doing that for 4 to 6 years, your body just becomes so efficient. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like when you're a professional athlete, how do you get better? How does LeBron actually get any better from where he is now? Do you see what I'm saying? You have to kind of push yourself to the limit all the time.
So my question is, for someone who is a little bit more mature, they have kind of, in a sense, hit their plateau, and you said kind of pushing yourself in the gym. How about meal plans now? So my biggest excuse is for eating, like you said, how many meals?
5.
5 meals a day, right? So my biggest excuse for eating 5 meals a day is, one, I feel it's excessive, and I can be wrong. You don't have to. I think it's excessive, and of course, it obviously gets expensive when you're like buying all those foods. So, how do you refute that? And then what's your take on that?
Well, if I told you to eat 5 sandwiches a day, that's not excessive, but that's a meal. Do you see what I'm saying? So what I'm basically saying is excessive only depends on how big the meals are compared to how much calories you need for either to sustain what you have or to reach your goal. So what I do is I keep my meals very simple. I eat the same meal 5 times in that day, and the next day I'll change it. So like today is strictly brown rice, broccoli, green peas, and white fish. And tomorrow it will be raw salmon, white rice. What am I having for vegetables? I don't think I'll have any vegetables left, so I'll just stick with some fruits. So, but for me, there is no sort of excessive. It all depends on how much you're eating. But the reason why I eat 5 meals is simply because there's 24 hours in a day. I want to sleep 9 of those hours. Everybody sleeps 8, but I gym, so I want to sleep 9 of those hours. Which basically leaves me with 15 hours. And I said I want to get in protein every 3 hours. So 15 divided by
every 5 hours.
every 3 hours, 5 meals. Do you see what I'm saying?
Cool.
So that's why I eat 5 meals a day. Or I make sure I have protein 5 times a day, and I want to at least have my carbohydrates for 3 of those meals.
Okay. So and what in terms of just like the not being excessive part, what about the budgeting part? Because that's what people say, like, whoa, isn't it so expensive?
You've got to do your research. You know, around here we got an Audi, and an Audi is so cheap. I spend £29 a week on my nutrition.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And some people that might be a lot, some people that might be cheap. I used to spend £60 in a Tesco, so for me I cut it half. So you have to look around. You got to go to the market. Do you know what I mean? You got to nudge on the market, man. You know, I'm a student. I'm just looking for some fish. Can you help me out with a deal? Give you cheaper fish. See what I'm saying? There's always ways around getting food for cheap. You know, musclefood.com. They give you loads of food in terms of kilograms compared to the pound for cheap. You know?
All right, so I want to ask this. I want to wrap up with 2 questions, right? For someone getting started, right? Haven't been to the gym, like you said, 6 months. What should be their first main goal in 3 months?
Master the levels of gym, okay? Now I see it like this. Before I started, I was doing sit-ups on my mum's bed. I was doing press-ups on the stairs. I was doing pull-ups in the garage. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those are the beginner's things. That's your body weight. Master your body weight. Master the thing you walk in every day. So I had to be able to jog for half an hour to an hour. I had to be able to play a whole football game. I was able to do 130 press-ups before I ever touched the bench press. So when I did touch a bench press, see what I'm saying, I could do heavy straight away. And people are, how do you do that? Because I've mastered my own self. So I would propose to people, get yourself some press-up handles, some pull-up bars, and maybe some little dumbbells at home. Everything for me started at home. Tricep dips on my couch, you know, bicep curls with a dumbbell, pull-up bar, punch in a punching bag. You know, for me, I would master that. Do you see what I'm saying? Then I would come to the gym and start hitting the gym and start pumping some iron.
So what you're saying is steady progression. You know, start from where you are, start light, and work your way up. Don't think too high.
Because it's all about adaptations and recovery. Because if you're a beginner and you just come to the gym and you do what you see other people doing on YouTube, you just won't be able to walk and you'll just be in so much pain. You can't carry shopping bags for your grandma. See what I'm saying? Whereas if you master everything at home, all of a sudden when you step into the gym, you're like, yeah, actually, I can do this and I can actually push myself to a place where I didn't feel I could push myself just by doing those, starting at that level.
And then, question, what does it take for someone like me to look like you?
It takes someone like, well, first of all, there's gonna be one major barrier, and that's genetics. So the way my muscles look compared to your muscles are gonna be a product of my mother and my father. See what I'm saying? So genetics plays a major role. Major role in terms of how they look. In terms of growth potential, how you need to look like me is like what I said. You need to be having protein regularly every 3 hours. You need to calculate how much carbohydrates and fats you either need to maintain your weight or to reach your goal. So I always say, let's say, how many kilograms do you weigh?
76.
76. Let's say you want to be 80 kg. Work out the macronutrients for an 80 kg man and start eating his macronutrients.
Okay.
And all of a sudden, you're eating like the guy you want to be. I follow a guy called Kai Green. He's one of the best bodybuilders that I know. And he says thoughts become things. And the way I see it is it's so true. If your thoughts become things. So if your thoughts are that you are great, you are most likely to become great. You've never heard anybody great talk down about themselves. Do you see what I'm saying? Everybody sort of preaches, everybody loves it when people talk self-hate, but when someone talks self-love, they're like, he's too confident, you know, calm him down, or, you know, like, or when you're a trainer and you talk so confident about yourself, everyone's kind of like, you know, he's cocky or whatever. But when you know you're great, when you know you're going to be something special, you know, and you will be it, you know. You'll never hear Muhammad Ali talk, you know, low about himself or he talked to how he was the greatest, and he was one of the greatest. Does that make sense?
So-
So for me, the journey to greatness is finding out who you are, and from then on, sticking with that. You have to stick with it. Every day you have to tell yourself who you are, you know. In my room, I've got posters and scriptures of who I am. And a bit more personal to me is scriptures from the Bible, who I am in Christ. Do you see what I'm saying? But also, people need to know their parents and where they came from, and look at the good things of both of your parents and think, okay, that's both of them are in me. That means I should be better than them. And when you have children, that means your children are going to be better than you, because you've got greatness of both people. So when you know who you are and when you come from, that's why I gave you the whole, you know, slavery and Adam and Eve and first people, because when you know where you come from to where you are now, you can know where you can go. So I think, yeah, greatness is knowing who you are, where you're going, and sticking with it. Because that's the hard thing. Along the way, you could lose your mind.
Appreciate it, bro. You taught me something. Your information, you have Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
So like, information is going to be below. If you're in Kingston, London, follow this guy. He's a beast in the gym. And guys, hope you learned a thing or two about health and what your journey is. And guys, be great. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You told me something, bro.
Yeah?
I'm not gonna lie. You told me something, bro. I need it. I need to hear that, bro.
Safe, man.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
great. That's great. I appreciate that, man.